Okay, we're back, and the main question that I want you to take away, the main insights that I want you to take away from watching these videos are the following. You may have seen these kind of diagrams before. So a few senses that the brain is perceiving information from. So hearing, sight, touch, taste, and smell. What you actually might not know is that the body itself, the brain itself, actually has about 14 or more known senses. They range from balance to temperature regulation and heat, the heat sensors that are throughout your body, and understanding information that it's gathering from pH levels in the body, etc. Like there's actually it's a vast range of sensory input that the brain is having to go through. And just in this example, with Lorimer going through the bush, we're able to see that the brain's ability to understand its actual reality through the senses can be detrimentally wrong. So when he first was walking through the bush and he got that little twig to the leg, his brain wasn't, even though it was receiving sensory input to say, look mate, you might have been poisoned here, his brain, because it wasn't able to visually pick up or significantly pick up that the fact that he was actually bitten by a snake was detrimental to his health. And that goes to the second point as well. Your ability to visualize an event significantly influences your perceptions and beliefs as well. And another point I want you to pick up is the brain's subconscious memories and beliefs can severely and inaccurately influence an experience of a new event. So when he was going through the bush for a second time, his brain freaked out and he just actually was hit by a twig and not the snake. His brain, based on his past events, past experiences, past beliefs, he actually thought he could be dying, and he had that adverse physical reaction even though it was just a twig. So things from your past can really inaccurately influence what you're going through in the current day. And just to have that as a visual representation of what's happening on a bit of a neurological level in a bit of a compounding effect. So we have this one new belief and experience, and it'll bring a bias to a new experience or a new event that you're going through. And not only will it bring a bias to that new event, it'll impact other events as a result and reinforce the old belief. And what that's going to do, again, is going to have more bias and more compounding effects to newer experience, more experiences. And it's going to be reinforcing that old belief eightfold. So as a thought experiment, I just want you to think about maybe what are your original beliefs and memories that are from finance, from business, skills, health, sex, money, and where do you think they've come from? At what age did your parents inject some of these beliefs and experience into your own life that maybe you're not quite conscious of? And let's flip this graph on a vertical angle, so it's the same thing, one new belief, one new experience, your originals, and this is how I want you to kind of perceive what I'm talking about here, and with the branches being your current day results in a certain field. They just keep compounding and affecting, and it's this domino effect of a certain way, a certain memory in the past that's affecting your current day results. So if we put this in a broader, even better analogy picture, I've got here for you. So you've got your beliefs and perceptions and memories that you may or may not even know that you have, and they're influencing these thoughts and they're compounding these thoughts, and that's reinforcing the previous beliefs and memories that you may not even know you have. And that itself is causing a compound in actions and behaviors that you may or may not be consciously aware of. And it's bringing about your current day results in your finances, career, everything. Yeah, it's a great visual representation. So now, what do I want you to do as we proceed from this kind of understanding? I want you to think of a time when you were embarrassed or you felt a bit of shame. An easier one for me is do a speech in front of a class at school, or saying some really dumb shit to girls that I found attractive. And what I was going through then when I was doing is that my cheeks were going red, felt that nervousness, that shame and embarrassment. My sympathetic nervous system was kicking in, that fight or flight response, and my pupils were widening. This is what the body was actually doing when it's in a sympathetic state. My heart rate's increasing, more rapid breathing, hairs are setting up, I'm sweaty palms, and I'm releasing adrenaline and noradrenaline from my adrenal glands. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to think of a time when I want you to really think, I really want you to stop watching the video, but keep listening, and just really think about a time when you were going through an embarrassing moment or a shameful moment. It could be public speaking, or it could be a girl, which is something where you kind of felt like, just, why the fuck am I in the spotlight, or I fucked up here. I really want you to sit in it. I want you to think about the reactions that were happening to the other person or the persons. Just really visualize, really think about a time when that's happened. Really feel that embarrassment. And just by sitting here, just by vividly remembering and visualizing this event, you may actually be experiencing some of these signs as well. A bit of embarrassment, a bit of nervousness. Your sympathetic nervous system might have kicked in just a little bit just from visualizing and memorizing past event. You might not know this, but your heart rate's probably going up a few beats. Your pupils a bit wider. Maybe you're breathing just a little bit differently, and you're actually releasing a bit of adrenaline and noradrenaline from your adrenal glands just from memory, remembering an event. And this is a really key observation that I want you to take. This is one of the most important things from this presentation that I want you to realize, is that your central nervous system has an incredibly hard time differentiating between a new experience that's happening in real life and a visualized experience or a memory. Because it's bringing up emotions and beliefs from the past, regardless of if you're going through something right now, because obviously you're not public speaking right now, obviously you're not talking to your perfect 10 girl or guy in front of you right now, but just by visualizing and remembering it, your nervous system, it struggles. It almost cannot tell whether a visualized experience is different from an actual experience. That's going to be the really key here to changing your core beliefs and memories. It's where we can stop the domino effect. By taking this mechanism, this little hack of your central nervous system, we can actually go back to your previous beliefs and previous experiences and change the way you perceive them right now. And because the body can't really tell, the nervous system can't tell if it's happening in real life or if it's a visualized experience, we can actually manipulate and retrain your thoughts and beliefs and emotions and memories from the past through these different visualization exercises. Obviously, I go into a lot more depth. We're not actually just visualizing. We're actually doing some really strategic repetition, and we're going through some really strategic exercises to retrain those beliefs. But just by having this knowledge itself, it should bring a bit more confidence into the fact that you actually can change your foundations to get different results of what you want in today's life. All right, and that's it. That's what I wanted to bring you to. This is the tree diagram just before without the tree. This is the main question we have to ask right now when we're at this point in time. What beliefs do you currently have, and where the hell did they come from? And what we're going to do, we're going to dive into another video. This one is a lot quicker, a lot smaller. Dr. Brucey Lipton. So this is a cell biologist. I believe he was a Stanford medical professor back in the day, and we're going to